Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. When passing wealth to the next generation, consider creating a trust that would limit the later generation's ability to tap into the principal. Several astute readers suggested this strategy in response to my recent column, citing research showing that 90% of inherited wealth is gone by the third generation. There's no question that a trust, done correctly, can go a long way to preserve wealth after the death of the wealth accumulator. Let's explore what done correctly may mean. Trust law is pretty complex, so you'll need to engage an accountant and an attorney with strong skills and expertise in the area of trusts. Now be sure that the assets you intend to go into the trust will actually transfer. Retirement plans like IRAs, 401ks, and profit-sharing plans will pass to whomever you listed as the beneficiary, who's usually a person. If you want these assets to be in the trust, the beneficiary, the primary beneficiary, must be the trust. In addition, the trust must include a number of special provisions in order for a retirement plan to be distributed according to your wishes and not as a fully taxable lump sum. Annuities, insurance policies, and accounts with a TOD or transfer on death clause will also pass to the named beneficiary. They will not go through your probate estate and be put into the trust either. Assets held in joint tenancy, those will not pass to the trust. Many married couples jointly own their own home. It's very, very, very common. So upon death, it transfers to the other spouse. It doesn't go through the will and into the testamentary trust. And this is true of investment real estate, brokerage accounts, bank accounts, anything that's owned jointly. Next, you're going to need to be sure that there's enough assets in the trust to justify the trustee fee. For example, if everything is going to be passing by beneficiary and IRAs and jointly held real estate, there may be very, very little that is actually passed by the will that goes into the testamentary trust. Most professional corporate trustees charge an annual fee of $3,500 to $10,000 and some up to 1% of the trust assets. If a trust with $100,000 incurs an annual fee of $3,500, your hard-earned estate will benefit the trustee as much as your heirs. A trust probably doesn't make sense if the total fees are going to exceed 2%. And that's 2% for both the administration of the trust and the management of the assets. So, if after all this, a trust still seems like a good strategy, the next question is how much to limit the heir's ability to withdraw money. From an actuarial standpoint, it's pretty simple. If you limit annual withdrawals to 3% of the principal, there's a strong probability of the money lasting several generations with its buying power intact. That's provided the trustees pay close attention to the next point, and that is to generate sufficient returns to pay out up to 3% annually. You've got to keep the principal up with inflation. So the majority of the portfolio must be invested in assets that will grow over time, such as stocks, real estate, and commodities, as opposed to bonds. It needs to be broadly diversified amongst many asset classes and countries. The trustees must also limit the fees paid to manage the investments. Many corporate trustees have an inherent incentive to use their own bank's mutual funds, which can have high annual fees, say as high as 1.5%. And then sometimes the trustee's fee is on top of this, which can be another percent. One way to avoid this conflict of interest is to instruct the trustee to place the funds with a fee-only investment advisor who has a largely passive approach to managing money. This could cut the portfolio fees by 50% or more. On $2 million, you can find advisors that would manage that for, say, 0.65. And if you're putting it into a mostly passive portfolio, not 100%, but a mostly passive, say a passive core portfolio, you can get those fees down to 0.55. So the total fees paid are 1.2. And then you can go with a fee-only trustee that charges $3,500 or $5,000 flat fee. So on $2 million, you can have a very affordable structure in place by using a fee-only trustee and a fee-only financial advisor. Now, the final point, before setting up any trust, pay close attention to taxes. Congress recently increased the top income tax bracket to 39.6 on wealthy taxpayers. But any trust that keeps more than $11,950 of annual income is considered wealthy. So here's the problem. If the trust retains enough earnings to increase the principal to offset inflation, it will have to pay almost 40% in income tax, which means really the returns need to be a lot higher to keep up with inflation. Or they will need to significantly restrict withdrawals, maybe to 1% or at the most 2%, so they can pay the taxes. All of a sudden, a multi-million-dollar inheritance becomes simply a secondary income similar to Social Security. It becomes very small. Trusts, then, are valuable estate planning tools, but like any other powerful tool, they are best employed by someone with the skills to use them well. Thanks for joining me.